Hey guys, so every now and then I get a product that I'm really excited to try out and test out, and this is one of those cases. These are not your grandfather's walkie-talkies. So let's open them up and give them a shot. All right, so let's take a look at them. These are POC radios, POC walkie-talkies, and they do not use the same frequency that you're used to. It actually uses cellular technology to communicate, and therefore you're not going to get that staticky sound that you get, and you're not going to get interference from other people talking on your frequency. All right, so this is by a company called POCLINK, and this is the POC1 model. And of course, you need at least two to communicate, not just one. All right, you can see it's actually quite small. And when you buy these, they come with 1 year service, and I believe it's $50 a year after that. Battery. Okay, so that's the size and shape of it with the battery in. And there's a clip. All right, so you can clip it onto your clothes or your backpack or something like that, some gear. Comes with a strap too if you need a strap, plug, and USB cord. And of course it's rechargeable. That's important. All right, so let's take a look at this. Here's the recharging port. When you take this out, you can see right here there's a serial number on it. They are unique, and there's a SIM card, I think. I guess that's what you would call it. That's, kind of like your cell phone. That's how it recognizes it's your phone, and that's how it communicates with each other. Let's see. Not sure if these come charged, so let's charge them up and then test them out. All right, so to turn it on, you leave your finger on this orange button up here. That turns it on. I know it's a little misleading. It says green press the long button, but I think the green press is to just wake it up. Okay, so it took a while to boot up, but you can see it says TinyCampers, and I guess you kind of wait for it to do its thing. This one I turned on first, and this one I turned on next. And the camera wasn't on, but it said, "Welcome to the intercom." Oh, here we go.
Welcome to the intercom.
All right. All right, so I guess it's already set up for you. So let's see how this works. Let's say push to talk. Let's try it. Hello.
Hello.
All right. Did you hear that? So that's the delay. Hello?
Hello.
Okay. Wow, that's pretty fast. And you could see that here, there's no static or anything like that as you talk to each other. This is the other walkie-talkie.
This is the other walkie-talkie.
All right, so you could hear the delay. That's going to be a lot of fun. Of course, you do not need to be close to each other for this because it does use the cellular network. It goes everywhere. So I'm really excited to use this. So it doesn't really matter where you're at. It should be that clear. But I'm going to go in the mountains and try that too. Of course, you do need a cellular signal. You can't be just anywhere. Next convoy trip that I go camping, I'm definitely going to use this because, it's a pain in the butt to use cell phones just to call each other every time you want to say anything. But, having a CB radio is a lot cooler, but this is even cooler than that. Testing.
Testing.
Okay. Awesome. All right, so I'm going to leave this on standby for a couple days just to see if the battery runs down, and we'll come back in a couple days of just standby mode. Okay, so 5 days later, I'm coming back to check the standby mode, and you could see I still have 1 bar left on each in standby mode for 5 days. I haven't used it. 5 days, just standby mode, 1 bar. Okay, So now I got to give it some real world tests, charge them back up and give it some real world tests. All right, I'm outside my building and my friend is in the tunnel area downstairs of our building, which is is a lot of thick concrete walls. So we could test to see how well that works. Hey, Kim, can you hear me?
Volume level 4.
Kim, can you hear me?
Get rid of myself.
You got to leave your finger on the button or I can't hear you. Kim, can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Okay, you weren't saying anything.
You hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you fine. All right, thanks. All right, seems to work even from inside the thick walls. So that's a good thing. Okay, I'm at home right now and my friend who lives, well, he's around, say 30 miles away, and he says he has really bad cell reception at his house and his phone can't make a call, but we're going to test this out. Hello, Kim, can you hear me?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
Okay, if you can hear me, you got to respond.
I feedback high.
All right. Okay, so you could hear me pretty clear?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Do you hear me?
Yes, I just heard you count. All right, so your signal's as good as, your cell phone connection because it's not, regular family frequency or anything like that, not a normal walkie-talkie, and that's why you don't hear static. So, I think it works all right. And again, he's around 30 miles away right now in buildings and all that stuff. It's not like we're in the woods or anything like that. But my next test, I'm going to take it on my camping trip and we'll try it in the mountains or something, okay? All right, next update on these walkie-talkies. So I did talk with Kim in my office the next day, and he said he was walking around the house and in the worst places, he was trying to talk to me and he could not, I couldn't hear him. He said he could hear me the whole time, but I couldn't hear him when he was at the worst places in his house. And like I said, he said his house, he always has to go outside to make a phone call. So that's expected. These things are, it's cellular network. It's not going to work if you don't have a cell signal. But I also got to try this out on a ski trip that I went on to Mount Bachelor. And on Mount Bachelor, there was no problem at all. I was able to speak with my son the whole time. We had a good cell signal. So when we spoke to each other, it was no problem at all. So again, when you're driving down the road in a convoy or something, I think this is when it's most valuable. When you're up in the mountains where you don't get a cell signal, this is probably not going to be what you want to use. You want to use this at a place where you do have a cell signal. It should be clear, and you could have, and you don't have to call each other every time you want to talk to each other. So that'll be cool. All right.